So we have three profiles, camber profiles in our reverse camber 1985 series of boards, and they all have slightly different geometries, as I've said, for specific reasons. The reverse mountain camber line is designed to perform really well in powder, and it's also designed to perform in situations where you need a little bit more control. As many of you know, reverse camber tends to loosen up the board a bit. And so in the reverse mountain camber profile, what we've done is put a real healthy dose of reverse camber right between the feet. And what that results in ultimately is a pretty high tip and tail, which allows you to float over crud and float over powder. But once we get out to the binding mounting areas with that, we go into a straight camber line. And the objective there is that out near the tips and tails is really where your turning initiation, your turn completion, and edge control comes from. And so by not putting the reverse camber out in that portion of the board, what you're doing is you're allowing yourself to have edge control and pressure buildup, which is very important in certain situations in the backcountry, but also within resorts when you're out free riding, inbounds or out of bounds. Another camber story we have is the reverse free camber story. And the objective with this one was to create the most versatile of our camber 1985 camber stories. This board, what we've done is we put a moderate amount of reverse camber in between the feet again and extending to just beyond the outside of the feet. From there, we have a short section of straight camber, and the end result is the tip and tail heights are moderate. They're not as high as on the reverse mountain, but you still have a section of straight camber out in the front of the board that allows you to get some edge pressure and control. And so you still have the loose playfulness of a reverse camber board, but you don't have the lack of control that a full reverse camber line would give you. The third 1985 profile that we have is the reverse jib, and the name really does explain it all. It's a flat camber between the feet, and beyond the feet towards the tip and towards the tail, you have a relatively healthy dose of reverse camber that lifts the tip and tails of the board up off the snow. What this results in is a very loose feeling board, but at the same time you have a stable platform between the feet so that you can initiate rotation, you can initiate jumps and ollies onto rails, and also allows you, once you're on the rail, it gives you a very stable platform to lock into the rail. And then landing, you coming off of a trick, you've got a lot of reverse camber in the tip and tail, so the board is relatively catch-free, and it's effectively a shorter running length board and much more easy to maneuver around. So those are three basic concepts of our 1985 camber profiles in the Roam line.